In the transition from upward facing dog to downward facing dog, I'm going to show you a couple of options, but I think it's important to sort of explore this for yourself, like in everything in this practice, and figure out a way that works for you so that you can feel this like smoothness and ease from upward facing dog into downward facing dog via an exhale. So what allows you to move from one position to another position using an exhale that feels the most graceful in your body. So the first option I'm going to show you from upward facing dog initiates at the feet. So you're here in upward facing dog and you think about reaching the heels back. So you start to curl the toes under as you press into the hands, and then you flip over the toes, push into the hands to reach the hips up and back. And you sort of feel like a wave motion move along the spine so that the head is the last thing to fall, and then you can walk the feet back in. And that's nice to kind of feel that like waving action along the spine, and it helps to sort of open the spine vertebrae by vertebrae. So it also depends on your intention. What are you looking for in that transition? Now this next option, I feel focuses a little bit more on the strength in the shoulders. So from upward facing dog, you initiate the transition by pressing into the shoulders. And that starts to round the upper back and lift the hips. And at the same time that that's happening, you're dragging the tops of the feet closer towards the hands. So you drag the feet closer without taking your mat with you. I have a very sticky mat. So there's goods and bads to sticky mats. So you're here, you press through the shoulders, you lift the hips, you round the upper back, and you drag the feet towards you. And so here you're at a position where you have the weight, you're at a point where you have the weight in the hands so that the feet can be really light, and you can flip over the feet, reach the heels back down, and reach the hips back away from the hands. So that one, you can get a moment of waving through the spine, but it's sort of at the end because it starts by just pressing the shoulders and rounding, getting that spreading sensation through the upper back, which becomes a super important pattern for strength-based postures like transitions and arm balances. So it might be a good place for you to start to like ingrain that pattern. And then at the end, you can sort of go into that wave pattern through the spine with the head being the last thing to fall. And then you end up in the same place in downward facing dog. So what feels smoother? Maybe it's a combination of the two transitions. Maybe it's something in between. Maybe it's something totally different. But maybe you can explore with the elements that I just presented in those two options and make something that's your own. So it really becomes your practice, and you're able to move through Surya Namaskar A with the breath, with ease, and with attention. All right.